Well, that's really cool. So did you you forged a lot of your wall wrestling stuff from just experience, like just getting in there and having a go?
Pretty much.
I love
pretty
that.
much. Yeah, it was not a great deal of it has been learned, if
Yeah.
you like. It was just, I mean, I've wrestled a lot over the years within my own gym and that, but when I used to go up to Renegade in Birmingham back in the day when they were at the old gym, and it would be Mondays wall wrestling day. We'd just get in there, we'd have 5 or 6 rounds, different partners in that, and go.
Figure it out.
Yeah. We're gonna work out what works, what doesn't work, and then you kind of get a sense of what works for different shaped bodies, different style of wrestlers, different strengths, different weaknesses, and now I'm passing it on to these guys, passing it on to my own guys, other gyms and that, and then they can then have their own kind of their own style of that same kind of wrestling, because what works for me obviously is not going to work for everybody. So yeah, that's my giving back here.
Yeah. Well, it's really cool because I think wall wrestling is one of the big things that it's much more commonplace now, but only really in like proper full-time established gyms like here and stuff like that. So I find it really interesting because it's an element, like I was saying to you, I very rarely touch on it. It's only if I go to a seminar or I drop into a full-time gym or whatever. And now you see places like you said, Mondays is wall wrestling class, and it's now almost its own component, whereas before it used to be, here's MMA striking, here's your striking and you mix in a takedown here and there. But the whole element of wall wrestling I find super interesting because the level's getting higher and higher and higher now, you see.
Yeah, I think it has to, and it's not. If you wanted to train martial arts as such, and you're more of a hobbyist, wall wrestling's probably not going to be one of the
top
top things on your list, because it's just not as entertaining, not as fun to do. It's a
pretty
much
as well.
it's pretty much a grind to get through. It's quite boring, it's quite tough, and it requires a lot of push to get people motivated to carry on doing it. Whereas you could hit the pads, you can do sparring in tight. That's